Let's go to page 361 and let's do number 4. So we need to translate, so it says P, so write down P, varies inversely, that means whatever's after inverse goes on the bottom, so again inversely goes on the bottom, as a square root of Q. Okay? And it says when P equal to 12, Q equal to 36. Okay? And it says find P, so you kind of separate the two scenarios. Find P when Q equal to 16. Okay, so first go and substitute this to get K. So you have 12 equal to K over square root of 36. So 12 equal to K over 6. Cross multiply, so K equal to 72. Okay. And after you find K, you update the equation, so P equal to 72 over square root of Q. Now, once you update your equation, then you can go and substitute this in here to solve. Okay. So to solve for this one, you're going to get P equal to 72 over the square root of 16. So P equal to 72 over 4. So P equal to 18. Okay. So you can use this information to find K, update your equation, use the update equation, and then you can substitute find whatever you're looking for. Okay. Okay, next one, let's go to number 6. Okay, so it's W. So W, again, when you translate, write things down as you read. So W is jointly proportional. Jointly proportion means a whole bunch of stuff after the K. Okay, so K, so it's jointly proportional to U and the V. And the first case is when W equal to 24, when U equal to 0.8, and V equal to 5. Okay, so you can separate the two scenarios. It says what value of U, okay, what value of U where W equal to 18 when V equal to 2. Okay, okay, so again, first you substitute to find K, so you got 24 equal to K times U is 0.8, V is 5. So work things out a little bit. Okay, and then divide by 4, so K equal to 6. Okay, so once you find K, you have to update your equation, so W will equal to K equal to 6, so 6UV. Okay, so once you have your updated equation, then you can substitute and find whatever you're looking for. So 18, right, W is 18 equal to 6 times U is what you're looking for, and V equal to 2. Okay. So this one, so 18 is equal to 12U. So divide by 12 on both sides. So U equal to, now you can use a fraction or you can use decimal, doesn't matter. So if you use a fraction, this can reduce by 6. So you divide by 6, you get 3 over 2. Okay. Or if you notice they use decimal, so if you use decimal, then U will equal to 1.5. Okay. So either way, so either one, so I'm probably just going to go with this one. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to page 370. And let's do number 8. Okay, so this one you want to divide using synthetic division. So you got y to the 4 minus 4y squared plus y plus 4 divided by y plus 2. Okay, so use synthetic division to divide. So this you have to have a 1. Notice there's no cube, so you have to use 0. So this is the y to the 4th, y to the 3, and this is for y to the 2, and this is y to the 1, and that's 0. Okay, And over here, you have to do the opposite. So basically what you do is you solve. You set it equal to 0 and you solve for y, so you have to use -2. Okay? Okay, so you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Okay? So your answers, so again, this is your remainder, so this would be 0 power, 1 power, 2 power, 3 power. So you're going to get y to the 3 minus 2y squared plus 0y plus 1 plus the remainder would be 2 over y plus 2. Okay, next one, let's go to page 375. And let's do number 2. So you got p of x equal to x3 plus 4x2 minus 8x minus 6. Now if it says c equal to -5, you can just call it x equal to -5. Okay. So use synthetic division, use synthetic substitution to find p of c. Okay, so you want to use synthetic substitution. Okay, so basically it means you use synthetic division. Okay, so you're going to get 1. So in other words, so synthetic division can be used for evaluation also, right? So it'll be 1, 4, -8, -6. Okay, and so -5. Since this is already equal, it's already solved already, so do not take the opposite. Okay, so you drop that, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Okay, so the remainder would be equal to your evaluation. So your answer would be 9. Okay, so again, the remainder you get from synthetic division is same as if you would substitute, okay, and work it out. Okay, next one, let's go to number 10. Okay, so number 10, you want to use the factor theorem. So you got t plus 1, you got p of t equal to t to the 5 plus t to the 4 plus t to the 3 plus t to the 2 plus t plus 1. Okay. So you want to see if this is a factor of these. Okay. So that means you want to find out if this can divide exactly. Okay, remember the division, see all these are interchangeable. The synthetic division, substitution, they're all interchangeable. So what you want to do is, see over here, if you were to solve, right, the root of them will be equal to -1. Okay? So what you do is you want to find p of -1. Again, you set this equal to 0 and you solve to find the root. So this will equal to -1. So what you do is you substitute. Okay? So again, substitution and the synthetic division are interchangeable. Okay? But this is very long, so sometimes you don't want to use the synthetic division. So whatever you substitute, put in the parentheses. So this will equal to -1, this would be equal to +1, this would be -1, this would be +1, this would be -1, this would be +1. So this will cancel out, cancel out, cancel out. So p of -1 equal to 0. Okay? So this 0, the evaluation, see over here, the evaluation and synthetic division are interchangeable. So this equal to 0, that means the remainder equal to 0. Okay, so this is the remainder. Okay. So therefore, if the remainder equals 0, then means yes. Okay, because when this divide by this, you get remainder of 0. That means yes. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to page 375 and let's do number 18. Okay, you got 2x3 plus 9x squared plus 7x minus 6 equal to 0. And one of the root, okay, is giving, so R1 equal to -2. Okay, and you want to solve the equations. So if one of the root is already giving, then what you do is you can divide. So this came from x plus 2, right? So what you do is use synthetic division. Okay. And so you can divide. So you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Again, because this is a root, so when you divide, the remainder should equal to 0. It has to. Okay. So if you use this, so again, this came from x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. And so this is one of the root. Okay. So once you use this divide by that, you end up with 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay. So use synthetic division to lower your equation. Okay. So now you can solve, right? And again, you can use completer square, you can use factoring, you can use quadratic formula. So I'm going to try to see if it's factorable. Okay, so it'd be 5, -6, so 1 comma -6. So this one, see, over here I get -5, so I know that the number is correct, but the sign is opposite. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so it works out. So so that means you can do the factoring. So you're going to get x, 2x. So this will be the inside. So I need to have plus 3, right? 2 times 3 give me 6. This would be the outside, so it would be -1. Okay, so from here you set it equal to 0 and to solve. So -3 on both sides. So you got x equal to -3. This one you plus 1 on both sides. So you got 2x equal to 1 divided by 2 divided by 2. So x equal to 1/2. Okay, so the 3 answers. Again, this is the cube equation, so you're going to get 3 answers. They already give you 1. They already give you one of them. So the other 2 you're going to get would be -3 and 1/2. Okay, so those are the 3 answers you're going to get. Okay. Okay, let's go. Next one, let's go to number 24. Okay, so this one is going backward. Okay, so you have -2, -I, and I. So these are 3 roots, and looking for the equations. Okay. Okay, so what you do is notice it's a conjugate. So you want to always do the conjugate first. Okay. So I'm going to call R1 equal to -I, R2 equal to I. Okay. So I'm going to deal with these 2 first. Okay. This one, I'm going to deal with it later, okay? So with these 2, I can get your equation, the root equation. Okay, so use a root equation. So from here, I'm going to x squared minus. So when you add this together, you're going to get 0. When you multiply, okay, so you're going to get negative, okay? I times I is I squared, which is -1, so it becomes +1. So from here, you're going to get x squared plus 1 equal to 0. Okay? Now, we're going to get this one involved. Okay? So this one, it came from x plus 2. Okay? Again, this answer came from this one. So now, we can go and put them together. Okay? So these 2 roots came from this. This root came from here. So now all you have to do is just going to distribute and multiply out. Okay, so multiply, you're going to get x cubed plus x multiply plus 2x squared plus 2 equal to 0. Rearrange, so you got x to the 3 plus 2x squared plus x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to page 380 and let's do number 4. Okay, so again you got 1, you got 2 minus 3i. Okay, so notice before they give you all 3 answers, right? But now they only give you 2. Okay, but from here you know that if this has I, you have to have a conjugate. So you know that this has to be 2 plus 3i. Okay, so from here we know that you must have a conjugate. Okay, so from here we can get this one. So again, you always deal with conjugate first. Okay, so just like the previous one, so you got R1 equal to 2 minus 3i, R2 equal to 2 plus 3i. Okay, so get your root equation. So x squared minus R1 plus R2 x plus R1 times R2 equal to 0. So deal with the conjugate first. Okay. So over here, when you add, this will cancel out. So you got 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Okay. Now when you multiply the conjugates, okay, you just multiply the corresponding part. So 2 times 2 is 4. Plus times minus is minus. 3 times 3 is 9. I times I is negative 1. So this becomes, instead of negative 9, you times by negative 1, you get plus. Okay. So from here, you're going to get x squared minus 4x plus 13 equal to 0. Okay. So these two roots came from here. Okay. Now we're going to include this one now. 1 came from x minus 1. Okay. So again, this came from here. And these two came from this. So now we can put them all together. Okay, now let's go and do the distribution. So it'll be x to the 3 minus 4x squared plus 13x. And then this one would be minus x squared plus 4x minus 13 equal to 0. Okay. Okay, now let's go and combine the like terms. Okay, so this is x to the 3, and let's do the square one. So that would be minus 5x to the 2, and then we can do the 1 power, so this would be plus 17x minus 13 equal to 0. Okay, and that's the answer. Okay. Okay. Let's go to number 10. Okay, you got 2x to the 3 minus x squared plus 10x minus 5 equal to 0. And you have R1 equal to square root of 5i. Again, these have square root and I, this one don't. That means you must have a conjugate. So from here, so this is the cube equation. So you're going to have 3 answers. So one is given. So right away you can get 2. Get a second one. So conjugate would be minus square root of 5i. Okay? Okay, so from here, again, let's go and try to get the intermediate equation, or call it depressed equation. Okay, so let's see where these 2 came from. So again, you got x squared minus r1 plus r2 plus r1, r2 equal to 0. Okay, so let's go up to the side. Let's go and figure out where these 2 came from. Okay, okay, so this going to have, so when you add, this will give you 0. When you multiply, plus times minus, right, this is positive, right? So plus times minus would be minus, square root of 5 times square root of 5 would be 5. I times I is negative 1, so negative 1 times negative 5 would become plus 5. So this came from x squared plus 5 equal to 0. Okay? Okay. So these 2 answers came from here. Okay, so now we can go and use the long division. You cannot use synthetic division because it's a square, right? So you got 2x to the 3 minus x squared plus 10x minus 5, and then you got x squared plus 5, right? Okay, so from here you can see that you need to have a 2x. Okay, so when you multiply, you're going to get 2x to the 3 plus 10x, okay? So you have to know how to do the long division. So subtract. So this cancels out. This cancels out. So this minus 0 will give you negative x squared, and you drop this one, minus 5. So from here you need to get negative 1. Okay. So you're going to get negative x squared minus 5, and when you subtract, you get 0. Okay. Okay, so now we have this part over here. Now we can set this equal to 0, and we can solve. Okay, so plus 1 on both sides. So you got 2x equal to 1, divided by 2, divided by 2. So x equal to 1/2. Okay, so so again, this is the cube equation. The 3 answer you get would be this 2 and this one. So you'd be 1/2 plus or minus square root of 5i. Okay. You can separate or you can just leave it this way. That's fine, either way. Okay. Okay. Let's go to $394. And let's go and do number 4. Okay, so this one, the information we're giving, so we're looking for the population of 1976. Okay, so first you have to go to the table. Okay, so the table will be giving. So 1976, so you need to go 1970 and 1980. So 1970 is 203, 1980 is 227, and you're looking for 1976, and so what you're looking for is x. Okay? So again, you need to make pairs, so let's go and use this pair, so it'll be x minus 203. Okay? So because you use this pair, you have to match it up, so it'll be 1976 minus 1970. Okay? Now make sure you keep track of your order, okay? Everything has to match. Okay, and the next one, you can either use this pair or this pair, right? But you don't want to use this pair because you don't want to get the variable again. So I'm going to use this pair. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get 227 minus 203. So I get 1980 minus. So again, you have to use this pair, right? You have to match up exactly. Okay, so I get 6 over 10 equal to x minus 203 over 24. Okay. And then you can solve. So first you have to get rid of the fraction. So multiply by 24 on both sides, so that this will cancel out. Okay, so you can use your calculator. Okay, so you got 14.4 equal to x minus 203. So plus 203 on both sides. So got x equal to 217.4. And don't forget your label. This is millions. Okay. If you run it off to 217, that's close enough.